I'm Kathleen Charles. I'm one of the yoga instructors at the Apex. I've been teaching Wednesday nights a general yoga class and Thursday evenings prenatal. So today we're going to do a prenatal class, but it's also appropriate for just anybody looking for a relaxing, somewhat gentle yoga class. And before we start, I just want to say to the ladies that had been coming to prenatal just before everything shut down, if you're out there, I just remember that last class on March 12th very vividly being a time where a lot of you felt very anxious, very nervous about what was coming, and I just never got to see you after that, and I probably won't get to see you until you have your babies. And I just want you to know that I think you're all rock stars, that I think you're all amazing. To be pregnant at this time is a lot, and I want you to know that all of the women, all of the mamas out there, we're with you. We see you, we support you, and we're thinking of you and wishing you the best through this time. And we wish you all the goodness and health for you and your little ones as you move forward. So I just want you to know that. Love and virtual hugs from me. And even if you're a pregnant mama that hadn't been coming to class, I just want you to know that all of us women out there support you. So let's go ahead and get started. And we'll start in a seated position. Now, if you're pregnant, make sure to sit up on some sort of cushion or pillow. And even if not, it helps to elevate the hips a little bit. And then any sort of comfortable seated position. You don't have to be legs crossed, whatever works for you. You just want to try and keep a tall, comfortably open posture. Shoulders up and rolled back just a little bit. And go ahead by just relaxing your hands wherever they're comfortable. If you'd like to, feel free to close your eyes. And just slow down for a moment. Give yourself a chance to settle into your space, hopefully uninterrupted. We're all just doing what we can, right? It's good that we're trying, no matter what happens in our space. Mine may not stay uninterrupted, who knows? So settling into your space, settling onto your mat, and really settling into yourself. And as much as possible, settle into your body. I know this is such a wild time, and particularly if you're pregnant and have those added worries and hormones and emotions, it's very easy to be stuck up in your head. So as much as possible, try and come down out of the swirling thoughts and find yourself in your body. And a good way to do that is to start to tune into your breath. You might like to get a visual of your diaphragm, that muscle that sits at the base of your lungs, connecting to your ribs all the way around. And allow it to lower down and flatten out as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, feel a gentle drawing in of the belly as that diaphragm lifts back up, releasing the air for you. You start to tune yourself into that feeling, that visual, even the thought of your diaphragm, lowering down each time that you breathe in, lifting back up each time that you breathe out. Start to see your breath as a gentle wave, in and out. And shifting your focus slightly from your breath to the rest of you. Being aware of how you're feeling overall right in this moment. check in with your baby as well. What's happening right now, and make sure to take care of yourself as your utmost priority during this practice. It's one benefit of being at home is you don't even have your other classmates to notice what they're doing. You can, or your teacher worrying about disappointing your teacher. Nobody's watching you. You just do whatever feels right for you in the moment. And then when you're ready, just go ahead and take your right ear down to your right shoulder and gently circle your head in front over to the left. When you get there, come back in a half circle in front only over to the right. And just a couple more times, moving at your pace, lingering wherever you feel your neck needs a little bit of extra TLC. We tend to hold a lot of tension in our neck and our shoulders anyway. And that definitely increases when you're pregnant, breastfeeding, mothering a toddler, whatever it is. It also increases right now with the issues that we're all dealing with being at home. Next time you come back to the right, go ahead and come back to center and start to release your shoulders, taking them forward, up, back, and down. Starting to feel some openness in your upper back. And go the other direction whenever you'd like. Relaxing whenever you're ready, and then start to get those fingers moving. Circle your wrists a few times. In the other direction. And go ahead and just an overall release. When you're ready, take your hands to your heart. On an inhale, interlace your fingers, lift your elbows, lift your shoulders. And as you exhale, reach forward, feeling the shoulders move away from the spine. As you inhale, reach up, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, release the hands. Let the arms float back down, bringing your hands behind, either to your sacrum or interlaced. And on an inhale, draw your shoulders towards each other, maybe reaching the hands back and down if that feels good to you. On an exhale, come back to center. Again, inhale, lift the elbows, lift the shoulders if that feels okay, and exhale, move those shoulders forward. Inhale, lift them up to your ears. Nice long spine. Exhale, let the arms relax. Hands behind. Inhale, lifting your chest, lengthening the front of the body. And exhaling, coming back to center. Moving through that circle one more time. Remember to feel free to move at your own pace. You don't have to be in sync with me. You reach up. It's so easy to feel heavy and short, curved through the spine, especially when we're pregnant. Really create some length as you breathe in. Exhale, relax. Again, bring back that feeling of lengthening, of opening, counteracting the heaviness. Exhaling, coming back to center. I'm going to start to add on here. So inhale and lift up. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, lift. On an exhale, come in a side bend over to your right. Let that right shoulder soften. Let that whole right side open up, making sure to keep your neck and your head comfortable. On an inhale, gently come up and just reach around to the left in a gentle twist. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind. On an inhale, come back to center and exhale to relax. Go ahead and take your feet out in front of you and just release through the hips a little bit of a windscreen wiper movement. Again, just linger where you feel to, listening to your body. When you're ready, come on back to center. If you're sitting with legs crossed, you might like to try switching the opposite leg in front, or if you prefer, feel free to take a diamond position. Again, whatever feels good to you. Coming through our circle one last time. Hands at the heart, inhaling, lifting up, exhaling forward. Stretch between those shoulders. Inhale, lift up. Space in between each of those vertebrae. Exhale into your side bend to the left this time. And give that whole right side a chance to open up, unfold. On an inhale, come on up and find your way as you exhale into a gentle twist to the right. On an inhale, come back to center. And exhale to relax. Just take a breath here, noticing how you feel. And then when you're ready, we're going to come over to hands and knees. So however you'd like to make your way there, try facing from the side. And find a neutral spine. So typically we bring the knees right underneath the hips, but you want to make sure and create space for your baby. So be as wide as you like here. Hands underneath your shoulders, as long as that feels okay to you, with the fingers spread out wide. On an inhale, arch the spine, draw the heart forward. On an exhale, round. Rounding through the spine, tucking the tailbone. Continue this here. Our goal here is to connect to our own breath. As you inhale, the expansion of air leads you to lengthen the front side of the body. And as you exhale, the release of the air is supported by the rounding of your spine, the drawing inward. Just going at your own pace. Now you can stay with this movement here, or if you'd like to, we're going to create a little bit more of a pear shape. So we're going to come up in the front over the shoulders and then swing the hips slightly to the left, back around to the right, and forward again. So we call this a pear-shaped movement. It's really nice anytime. It might be particularly nice as you get to your birthing process. If you'd like to, you could inhale as you come forward and exhale as you swing around. When you're ready, just switch the direction of your circles. And if you don't like this motion, just find any movement through the spine that feels good to your body right now. Breathing in the way that feels best to you. Eventually making your way back to neutral. And then setting yourself up in neutral, go ahead and lift your right leg up, extend it back, pressing through the heel, inhaling like this, and then exhaling, draw forward. If you want, you can bring your head towards your knee as well. Inhale and reach back. Exhale, gently engage the core as you draw forward. I know you may not feel like you have much of a core right now, but you do. Just work it gently. One more time like this. And relax. Go ahead and step that right foot through all the way up in between your hands. If it's too hard to reach for the floor, you can just bring hands to the hips or any sort of support that you might like to have on either side of the legs. We're going to just move gently here, stretching out the legs dynamically. So we come forward, stretching out that back hip flexor, and back as we open up the front hamstring. You might like to exhale forward and inhale back, only if that feels good to you. And again, create your own movement, whatever your body's calling out for right now. All about taking care of ourselves in this time. And when you're a mama to be, it's very important. And Next time you come forward, just go ahead and release that, coming back to your hands and knees. And we'll do the other side. So when you're ready, taking that left leg out, inhaling, exhaling, draw that knee in. A few more times here. Inhale, press through the heel of your foot. Exhale, draw in. Gently engaging the glutes as we reach back. Strong legs are very important when we're pregnant. We need that strength. Next time you exhale, go ahead and step that left foot all the way to the front, in between your hands. And then when you're ready, start that dynamic stretch. So your back toes can be flat or tucked. Again, whatever feels good to you. Listening to your body, just finding some beautiful release, some stretch. This feels so good. Get rid of some of that tension. Next time you come forward, stay there. Go ahead and lift your back knee up and take your time, however you need to. Get yourself back towards the front of your mat. So you can take multiple steps to get there. And then when you're ready, really bend your knees. Bring your hands up onto your thighs. Get your bearings first. Again, very important when you're pregnant not to stand up too quickly. And when you're ready, on an inhale, lengthen the spine to come all the way to stand. Take a breath here, and then exhale like you're peeling your spine off of a wall behind you. Soft knees. Slowly lower yourself as far down as you'd like to. Inhale as you roll back up, drawing your pubic bone towards your navel, keeping those knees soft. We'll do that 2 more times. So feel free to just do 1 breath cycle, exhaling down and inhaling up, or take longer. Just enjoy the spinal roll. Last one. Stack up those vertebrae one at a time, coming all the way to stand. And then here, finding your Tadasana, your mountain pose. So traditionally, we tend to have feet about hip width apart, but remember, you want space for baby. So step as wide as you would like to. Try and get your toes to face forward, and try not to lock completely into your knees. To keep a little bit of a micro bend. I hyperextend, so they look straight when I've actually got my micro bend. So just take a little bit of weight off of those joints, engaging the muscles a little bit more in your legs. Feel like you're gently drawing them towards each other and up into your pelvis. On an inhale, reach up, nice long spine. Look up if you like, or straight ahead. As you exhale, swan dive forward, reaching all the way to the floor, bending the knees as much as you need to get your hands there. And if the floor just doesn't feel right to reach to, feel free to come to hands to thighs. On an inhale, lengthen your spine. We want to come to a neutral spine with straight legs. So it's sort of like a sideways L position. Hands might come to the shins or maybe up on the thighs. Just avoid your knees. As you exhale, lower back down. Really bend the knees. We're going to use nice strong legs to lift us up. Arms out to the sides. Inhale, press those feet down. Reach tall. Exhale, relax the hands to your sides. We'll do this 2 more times through. Inhale, reach up. Nice long, tall spine. Exhale, swan dive. Trying to keep that spine long, so bending the knees as much as you need to. When you inhale and come halfway up, if you do reach the floor easily, you may just lift to fingertips to get that neutral spine. Otherwise, remember, hands to the legs. Exhale and fold. Bend those knees, use your legs. Inhale, press through the heels to come up. Exhale, relax. 1 more time. following your own rhythm. Imagine you're reaching down to pick up your baby and use your legs, lift up. Good, and relax down. Beautiful. Just standing tall, take a moment to close your eyes. Notice how you're feeling. Check in with yourself. Check in with your baby. Make sure you're standing comfortably. We're going to start to add on. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step your right leg back. So you can drop the back knee to the floor, or if you'd like a little more intensity, keep it lifted. Once you feel stable through the feet, bring your hands up. You can bring them to your hips, or you could reach the arms up. If you reach the arms up, make sure not to tense through the shoulders. We don't want up here, we don't want pushing down. We just want relaxed in the middle. That shin, the knee is directly over the ankle, not forward. All right, one more breath here. Exhale, engage as you lower the hands to the floor. Lower that knee if it's been lifted, and step your left leg back as well. Hands and knees. From here, come back to a kneeling position. Remember, we don't want to be getting down on our bellies if we're pregnant. So bring the hands to the sacrum. Draw your elbows gently towards each other. And just lift the heart, drawing the shoulders gently towards each other, shoulders and elbows. On an exhale, lower back down. Good, back to hands and knees. This time, step the right leg forward, up in between the hands. So we're gonna lunge on the other side. Remember, back knee down or lifted. I'll show with down this time. Bringing the hands up when you're ready. Keeping the hands on the hips would be less intense. If you'd like to, reach the arms up. Completely up to you. Remember, that knee does not go past the ankle. Back foot can be tucked or flat. One more breath here. Exhale. Hands come back to the floor. So if your knee's down, lift it here, and again, take your time to work yourself back up towards the front of your mat, back to your halfway lift position. As you exhale, fold, releasing the shoulders and the neck and the head. Bend the knees, strong legs. Inhale to come up. Exhale, relax. Beautiful. One more time through. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, that halfway lift. Exhale, this time step your left leg back. Remember, back knee can be down or lifted. So we're moving into a twist here. Again, you always want to make space for your baby as a priority. So you might like to make your stance a bit wider, moving your right leg over towards the outside edge of your mat, maybe moving your left hand over farther out as well. Once you have space for your baby, you gently rotate towards your bent knee, towards your right knee. The top hand can stay on the hip, or it can reach towards the ceiling. Think about putting as much energy into reaching and lifting up as you are putting energy into grounding down and feeling stable. One more breath in here, and then as you exhale, release. Lower back down, step that right leg back to hands and knees, and we'll come up to kneeling for our little back bend. So hands on the sacrum, fingertips reaching down. Inhale and lift up. Think about drawing your inner thighs towards each other and then pressing them out, sort of spiraling them in and out to keep stable through the legs and the hips. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, come back down, hands and knees. When you're ready, bring your left foot back to the front of your mat for a twist in the opposite direction. So depending on how far along you are, set yourself up so that your baby has lots of room. And then when you're ready, gently rotate from your core towards your left knee. Hand to hip or reaching up. Completely up to you. So each time that you breathe in, feel your spine lengthen a little bit. And each time you breathe out, you feel that gentle rotation towards your bent knee. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, unwind. Come back down. All right, if the knee's down here, lift it. And again, work your way back towards the front of your mat. When you get there, come back to your halfway lift as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, release forward. Really bend those knees. Use your legs. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, relax. Excellent. All right, I'm going to work our balance a little bit. So balance is very much affected by pregnancy, and it's also affected by what's going on in our lives. So if your balance is just wonky right now, just don't worry about it. Use a wall for support. You could have one hand against the wall. You could have your whole body gently against the wall, maybe right up against it, maybe just in front of it so that you know it's there if you need it. We're coming into tree pose or Vrksasana today. So always start a balance by finding your Tadasana, finding that sense of stability, strong legs, evenly balanced over both feet. Then when you're ready, shift your weight into your right leg. Really feel that leg draw in and up, little lift. Suck it up there. Turn those left toes out. You could stop with any of these options today. Maybe the left heel against the right ankle. Maybe you lift that whole foot up off the floor. Again, use what you need for support. You could have the foot anywhere along your leg as long as you're not pushing against your knee. So your thigh, your calf, your ankle. And then what you do with your hands is entirely up to you. What you feel will help you balance. And remember, wobbling is all part of it. Make sure you're breathing. That's key. Remember that strong tree trunk leg supporting you. And when you're ready, lower back down. Good. You may like to pedal your legs out a little bit. Find your Tadasana. Find your mountain, your sense of stability. When you're ready, shift your weight into that left leg. That could be enough for today. Draw it in and up. Turn the right toes out if you like. Finding your Vrksasana when you're ready. Find a focal point for your gaze. We call our gaze the drishti in yoga. So find something that's not moving to focus on, and then let your gaze there be a little bit soft as you draw inward. Your gaze and your breath, your focus help you to balance. Remember, lifting up through that standing leg. Wobbling is part of it. When you're ready, lower down. Good. Just breathing here. Resetting, pedaling out the legs if you like. And we'll go ahead and come down into a kneeling position. Make sure you get a drink whenever you want to. We're actually going to come all the way down to sit. Remember your support behind the hips if you'd like, or the support for the hips at your sit bones. So go ahead and take your right leg out in front of you and take your left knee in and turn it out to the side. So if this bothers your knee at all, slide a little cushion of some kind under your left knee, trying to keep your left foot right up against your thigh. We'll start by bending that right knee a little bit today. Inhale and reach up, and then exhale, come forward. So again, don't worry about coming right over that right leg. Create space for the baby and just come over the space in between your legs, and stop when you feel a stretch through the back of your right leg. If you want to, start to gently press that right heel forward, straightening the leg a little bit more. So you go where you need to get your best stretch. When you're ready, slowly come up. So we're going to come up on this left knee now. So coming up, working yourself up onto that left knee, sliding your right leg just out in front of you. Bring your left hand onto the floor and then reach your right arm up. Reaching long, sort of a version of gate pose here. Reach yourself out long, lengthening that whole right side. One more breath in, really reach and lengthen. And then as you exhale, slowly lower down. Slide your right leg all the way around behind you. You might need to kick your cushion out of the way like I do as we set up for pigeon pose. So bringing the right leg all the way around behind. The safest place for your left heel is right in between your legs near your groin. If you are quite flexible through the hips, you can start to bring your left shin more parallel towards the front edge of your mat. However, it's easy to be over flexible during pregnancy, so be careful. You want to maintain your strength and the support strong muscles around the hips. So if you want to, slide your right leg back a little bit. Come up onto your fingertips to start with. Take a breath and then exhale and come forward. Keeping your spine long, giving your baby space, and either resting on your forearms, if that's best for you. You might like to get that cushion back and rest over that. Just whatever works for you and your baby. Just relax here. Think about gently drawing that left hip back slightly and the right hip forward, creating a leveling of the hips. And it means you're also gently engaging the muscles that support your hips and avoiding overstretching. When you're ready, slowly come on up. And then we'll get ready to do this on the other side. So, switching your legs around, we're going to take that left leg out in front. Right knee comes in and turns up out to the side. Remember, you could put a little bit of a pillow underneath it if that's better. So start with that left knee bent just a little bit. Press through the heel. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lengthen the spine as you come forward. Space for baby. Relaxing the hands down. If you'd like to, gently straighten that leg by pressing through the heel. Finding that stretch down the back of your leg as well as likely in your spine. And remember, we're staying out of that busy mind, drawing into our bodies. Really good positions now to do that even more intimately, draw into ourselves as we come into these sort of folding into ourselves positions. When you're ready, come on up. We're going to unfold again into that gate pose. So come up onto your right knee. Left leg stays out in front, right hand behind. It can be up on something if the floor is too far. And reach long. Open up that whole left side. Reaching through your fingertips all the way into the toes of that left foot. One more breath in. I lied. It feels too good, doesn't it? Just stay here. On your next exhale, slowly come back down. And then carefully take that left leg around behind you. Setting yourself up for pigeon, putting the heel wherever you need to. Lowering that left leg down, flattening the foot. Come up onto your fingertips first to create ample space for your spine and your baby, and then slowly walk the hands forward just wherever you want to. If you're quite far along, you may not want to come down very far at all. This may be good enough. If you want to, you can come down onto your forearms or onto your pillow and just relax into your pigeon. Remember that gentle engagement of the muscles around the hips by gently drawing your right hip back and your left foot forward. Just feel your body kind of melting, softening into this position. Feeling your presence right in your body. And when you're ready, slowly come on back up and go ahead and come back to a comfortable seated position just briefly. Now, if you've been in any of my classes, you'll know that I emphasize pelvic floor work in each prenatal class. We won't spend time on that here, just a reminder to make sure and do it either before you finish or just at some point through the day, remembering to inhale as you draw that pelvic floor up and then exhale as you relax down, and focus on that for just a minute or so every day if you can. But for now, we'll move into Shavasana. So remember to make yourself completely comfortable. So if you're pregnant, you might prefer to lie on your side, or you might prefer to have a lot of support lifting you up. I know we're not in a yoga studio, so you may not be able to get that sort of comfortable reclined position. So you just do whatever works for you. Side lying, if you have maybe something, a pillow between your legs and something to support your top arm, maybe your head as well. So make yourself comfortable. Take as much time as you like to really get comfortable. And when you get settled, you can close your eyes if you like. And just take a couple of slow, deep breaths, settling yourself into this time to find stillness. After a few deeper breaths, whenever you're ready, just settle into your own natural breath. Turn my light off in here. Maybe coming back to that visual or that idea of your diaphragm, lowering down as you breathe in, lifting up as you breathe out. Just tune into that gentle wave of your breath. Notice the calm of that wave. And remember, no matter how stormy the seas get, no matter what kind of storms are happening in our world, in our minds, you always have this calm inside. You can always find that calm by returning to your breath, following those gentle waves in and out. Whenever you'd like to, let that focus of the waves of your breath drop away as you feel yourself settling deeper into this quiet moment. Paying attention to how you feel right now. your baby. And wherever you notice tension in your physical body or in the mind, just give yourself a moment to let it all drop away. Just for a minute here, feel yourself free and peaceful. And bring your baby back to mind, checking in with him or her and feeling the love you have inside you for this little being. And trust that no matter what is going on in the world, that you love your baby, and your baby has your love, your support. And as long as she or he comes into the world with that, this little being will be okay. You will be okay. I know for me personally, I've been made very aware of that during these past few weeks, that if my kids feel loved, if they feel safe at home with me, they're going to be okay. So just trust in that love. And take one more slow breath in, feeling that diaphragm lower down, flatten out, letting your body fill up with air. And then just to slowly breathe all that air out as that wave returns back to the sea. And do that one more time if you like. Savor one long, slow, full breath in and out. And you might like to lick your lips and swallow. You may like to gently start to move the thumbs across the fingertips. Gradually bring any gentle movement, any stretch that feels good into your body. If you're not already lying on your side, you may like to rest on your side briefly as you feel yourself transitioning back into your day with your heart full of love for yourself, for your baby, heart full of love for all beings as we navigate this time together. And we'll finish today with one Om. It's a great benefit of a lovely massage for our insides. When you're pregnant, it's got the added benefit of just being a peaceful, calming sound to your baby, as well as a vibration that he or she will feel. If, again, you're by yourself, it's a perfect time to try it. Get comfortable with your voice, with making these peaceful, calming sounds for your baby. For now, just sit comfortably tall, but you can do an Om anywhere. Eyes open or closed, hands wherever they're comfortable, and breathe in with me, and then as we breathe out, we'll make the sound Om. Om. ready, bringing your hands to your heart. Thank you for sharing this time with me. And the light that's in me sees the light that's in you, sees the light that's in each of us, knows that we're all doing what we can to get through this together. And again, especially you pregnant mamas, I see your strength, I see your love, and I bow to the divine in you and to your babies. Namaste.